Hello viewers, Super GT here. Welcome to the Nations Cup, or should we call it the Disconnection Cup? Because that's pretty much what happened to me the first time around. As we can see here, we're going to join into the race. But no, we're not going to join the race. We're going to get disconnected. That's frustrating, isn't it? Because then you have to wait another 2 hours for the next one. But anyway, we just waited 2 hours. It's quite easy to do that. All you got to do to wait 2 hours, right? My main technique is you just sit there and wait, and time will pass, and you'll get there. Don't worry. So here it is, the weirdest qualifying session I've been part of in a very long time. Why was it weird? Why was it weird? I'll show you why it's weird. Because everyone's going to whip it around at 70 miles an hour in first gear, bouncing off the limiter with the brake pedal on. Yeah, okay. What is this all about? What is this extravagant technique trying to achieve? And why is everyone doing it? Or why is most of the grid doing it? Judging by the map, I think at least half the grid is doing this. Why? Why are they doing this? They're doing this, or we're doing this, because of fuel. We're burning fuel. For some reason, this burns fuel quicker. Why do you want to burn fuel? Well, you want to burn fuel to make your car lighter. Why do you want to make your car lighter? Well, because the car goes quicker. And in qualifying, quicker car means, higher up on the grid. Hello. So yeah, this is just one of those weird things that just comes up in some games, and it comes up in Gran Turismo. Some of these weird techniques come up, and this is one of them. So burning fuel, never really seen this much before, but it's opened my eyes. Now you can see there the respective amounts of fuel we've used. I've gone down to 58%. Someone else got down to 47%. So obviously he's a pro at this burning technique, fuel burning technique. And I am just an amateur at this point. I need to improve my techers. Right then, so we've got a lighter car. Let's see what we can do about getting a good grid slot, which is very, very important around this track. Autopolis, it's very difficult to overtake, even in like a Group 3 or 4 car, but then when you get to a Super Formula car, it gets even harder. Really difficult, even with the overtake button. It gets really hard to overtake around here. You've got the dirty air, you get right behind someone, and it's like that scene off of a scary movie, a horror film, where the girl's running away from the bad guy who's about to chop her up, and she's just chucking things at him. It's like that effect almost. The car in front of you is just throwing random objects at you, and it's affecting you badly. So anytime you get behind someone, it's just game over basically. It's really difficult. So that's why qualifying is so important, because of the horror movie scene. That's why. So qualifying, yep, absolutely have to get it dead right, which is why you have to use all these silly little tricks, and it's probably why I got hammered so much in my first race, which is what we'll see later. This is the last race of the 3, so there's 3 time slots. This is the last one. The first one was the disconnect, the second one we'll see at the end of the video, and then this is the third one. And I learnt from the first race that I did, or the second race overall, I learnt from the first one I did that I was getting something wrong, and my qualifying performance was awful. It's because I wasn't learning this fuel saving thing, and it turns out it's just ridiculously overpowered. Coming through the final turn, using the last of the overtake function, 25.2, the best qualifying lap I've done in the previous race, and all the practice sessions I did, that is the best I've done, so I'm actually quite pleased with the lap, to be honest. Now I'm not going to be matching the absolute top guys. We've got some very good guys in here. BFR Devil, Firestorm. Firestorm won manufacturer season a couple of seasons ago, so this is the kind of level we're at here. But before we go into the race, of course, we must begin with the introduction. So there we go. The Nations Cup has descended into a fuel-burning orgy. Think of the polar bears. Think of the polar bears. Oh wait, this is on a game, so it doesn't actually matter. Anyway, here we are. Here's the grid. Starting in... where am I starting? 9th. Yeah, I'm starting 9th. Not bad. I'm quite pleased with that. Top 10 in quite a decent lobby. Let's see if we can translate that into a good result. TCS onto 1. The lights are on. 5 lights. Waiting for them to go off. And we are away. There we go. Not the best of launches. And we can have a bit of overtake button. And the guy's already slammed himself into a wall up ahead. Nice stuff. Into turn 1. I'm getting pinched. Right and left. Someone goes flying through the centre of us. What even was that? And I'm going to get spun around. Not good news at all. Down to 17th. Let's just pause it there. What on earth was even happening? I mean, let's start with this guy who spun himself out from 3rd position. Oh my god, he's put the hard work in, burning so much fuel, getting the lap time, and he bins himself pretty much within 2 seconds. Right, and then Benson here. This is the laggy guy, Lagmeister Benson, who we saw go flying through. Look at this, savage overtake. That's how you do it. Sadly for him, it couldn't continue, and he ended up in a wall. It was good while it lasted for 1 corner, but yeah, we're gonna have to get on with it here. I'm in 16th. Oh my god, 16th. I started 9th, and you know this would normally not be too much of a problem. You still get through the grid, but here it's just doubly difficult to overtake and do anything. We've got past 1 person there, but let's see what we can do. Let's continue. We still need to get a good result if possible. My driver rating is on the line. You need to still focus on getting good results. And of course, your last result counts in the FIA. So this is the last race. It's going to count. So I need to just have as good a race as possible. So let's see if we can do that. So through into the last sector here. This just kind of really proves just how difficult it is to overtake. Into the back of Elite Force, but he can stay ahead. Elite Force was actually in the Best of Britain race. I think he was running very high up until right at the end of the race, where he was in a collision. But the level here is very good. The likes of RC Snake, Firestorm at the front of the grid. It's good to be in a race with these kind of guys, even if you are getting battered around on the first corner. Into turn 1 then, lap 2, 15th. Oh, it's so disappointing, to go down from 9th. But we can try to recover anything here. Let's see if we can. So this is lap number 3 now. Elite Force with a little mistake, and that's kind of what we have to prey on here. Just look for the little errors and just seize the advantage if possible. That's all you can do really. It's very difficult to go for a genuine pass. Very, very difficult unless you really just spam your overtake button and use it all up to go for 1 move. Other than that, it's very difficult. So this guy leaving the door open, to be fair, it wasn't a clean move. Not the cleanest move. I'm through. And I'm going to just go into the pit lane here to just to shake things up. If I stay and do a normal strategy, then it's going to be really difficult. And in the rush, without thinking, I put on soft tyres, which is just going to be absolute suicide. I should have put on mediums. Coming in at lap 4. Normally you want to come in at the end of lap 5. Do a 5 lap stint, then a 6. But here we're going to do a 4 and then a 7 to complete the 11 laps. So I'm going to have to do 7 laps on soft tyres, which is basically going to be absolute death by the end. The tyres are going to be dying of death, and then they will die of death. Confirmed die of death by the end. Press F to pay respect to the tyres that died of death. Anyway, up behind this guy, the Russian wide, going to gain a position. So that's all we need. Through here, you can just see how little grip he has. So he hasn't pitted yet, presumably. And there's just nothing I can do. It's so hard. If he can just cover the inside, I could have gone for the space there, but I was too late to go for it. And this is live footage of what it felt like to get past this guy. It's just like, oh my god, there was just no way past. And he's actually not gone into the pits, so interesting development. And because I was so slow trying to get past him, trying to get overtaken by the Spaniard, I covered the inside line, and we just keep the position of 12th. So we have gained. We was 15th before the pit stop, now up to 12th. Now the main reason you go in for an early stop, you get the undercut, you get track position, you get ahead of people. The main downside, of course, is that you'll have worn out tyres at the end of the race. And well, pretty much every lap you're going to have, your tyres are going to be 1 lap older. So you're going to have slightly more worn tyres throughout the entire stint. And then by the end, as I said, the tyres would have died of death. So it's going to be really difficult on that final lap to hold anyone at bay. But we'll see what we can do. It's a long race. Well, it's not actually, it's about 16 minutes, which actually isn't that long. But you never know what might happen. Someone could easily get a penalty, someone could spin off, someone could murder someone else. There's many possibilities. Coming to turn 1, lap number 7, 5 to go here, or less than 5 now, in 10th. So again, gaining a little bit more as a couple of people go in for their pit stops. So Atho just coming out ahead of us, but I think a couple of other people went in as well and will come out behind, but they're going to be on fresh tyres, so they have a chance to catch up and maybe go for the overtake. I'll try to be the widest car in the entirety of the world to try to keep everyone at bay, but it's going to be difficult when you're on the worn tyres. So later on in the race, lap number 8 now, and the Polish driver off the circuit. We're going to gain a position up into 9th. That's where I started. I'm back to where I started, so that's not too bad. But it's just going to get even harder from here to the end. It's going to be difficult because the tyres already, you can see at the bottom left of the screen, the fronts especially, they're beginning the death procedure. The death procedure is beginning. The Grim Reaper is knocking on the door. So through the long sweeping left, it's that kind of corner that the front tyres will be hating, absolutely hating, as you go through there for an extended period of time. Look how late I am on the brakes, way too late. In fact, that was the breaking point when you have grip. But when you don't have grip, you've got to brake way earlier. So back down to 10th, lap number 10 just coming up. So through the final turn, Felix on my tail now, and he's going to get the run. He's on my left hand side, coming up towards turn number 1. 2 laps left. Coming up to turn 1, I'm not going to fight it. I just can't brake early enough. You see just how easily enough he can sweep around the outside with the fresher tyres. Just nothing I can do. And here we go then. 1 lap. The tyres, well, they're pretty much dead. The Grim Reaper, he didn't even knock on the door. He just came barging in. He smashed it down with his scythe. And he claimed the front tyres. So, can we hold off Zoka? Now Zoka, well, as he goes for a hit, but to be fair, I had to brake really early, maybe just caught him out. Zoka's another YouTuber, and I've actually been watching him a little bit recently, so maybe go and have a look at his channel, GT Zoka 1990. So there's the hit, down to 12, but to be fair, this race was just going downhill from about lap 7 or 8. It was not going to really amount to much. It was just that hit at, turn 1, lap 1. When you're going to lose that many positions that early, it just kills your race. It just kills your race, and there's not much you can do to recover it unless everyone gets claimed by the Grim Reaper. But it's just, he's had enough for the day. He's got my front tyres. He doesn't need much more than that. He doesn't want to be greedy. Down to 13th. Can we at least hold off the Polish driver behind for 13th, which wouldn't be a great result, but we've got to bring it home. Just, take what you can get. It's all good practice defending. Last turns here we go then. Just park it really narrow on the apex. Don't leave a car width on the inside. No invitation. And he doesn't take the invitation, so he can't get past. Now he feels like Mr. Bean trying to get past the old granny on the stairs as I hold him up for the last turn. Finishing 13th. No, 12th. Someone got a penalty. Finished 12th. There we go. Finishing 12th. Okay. I think without that hit, it might have been a lot better. and Kimi Räikkönen knows it. That's a look of disappointment if I ever saw one. So this is the race earlier, which went marginally better. You see how bad my qualifying was, 17th, because I wasn't good at fuel burning and destroying the environment. Coming up towards turn 1, let's see what happens there. Nice and careful, bit of contact. Trying to avoid the guy on the inside, and I hit someone on the outside. Someone spins off, up into 15th. I've gained 2 at this point, a bit later on. And what else is going to happen here? Oh, someone else is off. He gets spun off and he gets a penalty. Nice stuff. And then I go and ruin it all by doing something stupid like spinning out almost and lose 2 positions, back down to 16th. So started 17th, gained a couple, lost a couple, and then this guy comes spinning out. See you later. Up to 12th by this point. Italian gets shoved wide up into 11th, into the pit lane, lap 5 this time around. Do a little wheelie over the curb on the way in. Leave the pit lane in 14th. Portuguese guy gets caught out on the curb. Can we go around the outside? Yes, we can. Give him space. And we're through into 9th. Not bad at all. From 17th. I'll take that. I will take that any day of the week. Coming down towards turn 1. What's going to happen here? Oh, that's right. I'm going to get caught out like a mug. I'm going to get done for chips. This guy, yeah, he just lunged in. And to be fair, I braked way too early. I was braking way too early for turn 1 and he caught me off guard. And this Italian trying to fight his way past. I ain't having any of that, mate. Sorry. You aren't barging your way through here. And I keep 10th. Finishing 10th. Okay, I'll take that. I mean, the players at the front weren't quite on Firestorm's level from the previous race, but still a high rated lobby. Up 7 positions to 10th. I'll have to take it. That's as good as it'll get for me. Unfortunately, 1,300 points, not great. I got 2,100 in the first race. Sorry, in the first round, and that's as good as it's got for me so far. But that's it for me today. Let me know your thoughts on the races on the video. If you're new to the channel, maybe consider subscribing, but only consider it. And if you don't want to, then don't. But that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.